You know, one of the things that I love most about Northwoods is that sometimes we'll do a song in worship and it will be like, I'm hearing the words again for the first time. That was beautiful. Thank you, Janetta. So I'd like to invite my younger friends and those who are young at heart, if they would like to come down a little bit closer for the next part of the service, our time for all ages. You're also welcome to stay where you'd like if you wish. So earlier this week, I got a big package in the mail from a friend of mine. And in it, there were a bunch of different things, including these right here. Now, my friend also sent me some artwork that he had done. It's a self-portrait. Do any of you guys recognize this fellow? A few of you do. Do you remember his name? The Lorax, yep. You remember the mustache, though. And it says up here, you can't see because my fingers are on the way, I speak for the trees. So he sent us some artwork. And a letter. Now, some of you might be saying, who is the Lorax? What is the Lorax? Why is the Lorax? These are good questions. And we might find out in this letter he sent to Northwoods, care of Reverend Sarah. Let's see what our friend the Lorax has to say. The Lorax writes, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees, and I have something to show you, if ever you please. These are truffula trees. They are just the bee's knees. Search high and low and among all the world's trees, and you'll never find other trees such as these. In my own favorite forest, these trees were aplenty. Now, well, I'm sorry, there aren't too many.
Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swanny swans rang out in space, one morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots, frisking about in their barbaloot suits, as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruits. From the ripulous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffula trees! All my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what to do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed. The instant I'd finished, I heard a gazump. I looked, I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I'd chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can.
Mister,
He said with a sawdusty sneeze.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
He was very upset as he shouted and puffed.
What's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuft?
So the truffula trees are one of the things that make the Lorax's home very special to him. I'm wondering, what are some of the things that make your homes special? What are some of your favorite things about the places that you live? Does anybody want to share anything? A refrigerator, yes. 2 days of camping will make you appreciate that. The water as it laps on the rocks. Yes, Miss Galen lives by a lake. It's very beautiful. Porch swing. Indoor plumbing. Absolutely. Soft beds. Yes. We all have things that make our home special. Let me ask you another question. What are some of the things that make your church home special? What are some of the things about your church home here at Northwoods that are special? The people. I've been in this building without the people, and it's still a beautiful building, but it doesn't quite feel like Northwoods. The playground, our beautiful new playground. Our circle window up here with our most favoriteest of trees, perhaps. Music. I love all of our artwork, the art we have here for Arts in Action and the art we have all over our building, much of which was made by the people here at Northwoods, right? So I've got a second page of my Lorax's letter. Would you like to hear more? Okay. Of these truffula trees, these are just the last two. It's a sad tale to tell. Even worse, because it's true. My tale gets more woesome. I've bad news for you. But keep your chin up. There's some help you can do.
And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting fneeds, just as busy as bees, to the sounds of the chopping of truffula trees. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped,
I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please.
And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say bad, bad, bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into thneeds, which everyone needs. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all.
This is one of those tales that you remember very warmly and fondly, and then you read it and you go, oh, this is a sad one. The Lorax says, I thought it was last, but that wasn't quite right. It seems truffulas will not give up without fights. But the trees were just first of the friends that I lost. Producing cheap needs came at quite a high cost.
But I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruit to go around, and my poor barbaloots are all getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys,
He cried, and he sent them away.
my poor swami swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. And so, please pardon my cough, they cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may fly for a month or a year to escape the smog you've smogged up around here. What's more,
Snapped the Lorax. His dander was up.
let me say a few words about Gluppity Glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making Gluppity Glup also sloppity slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Oncerman, you. You're glumping the pond where the hummingfish hummed. No more they can hum, for their gills are all gummed. And I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary.
All of his friends had to go away. All my friends are now gone. Nothing left I can do. I hope they found safety. Now, how about you? I suspect there are animals and plants all around. Please tell me what flora and fauna you have found. Flora and fauna are fancy scientific terms for plants and animals. What kinds of plants and animals do we have at our houses and here in Texas? Does anybody know the names of them? Loblolly pines, squirrels, udiberry, possums, raccoons, children, accurate, snakes. We had one in our house the other day. It was little. Armadillos, yes. Coyotes. What are the cats, the wild cats that live here? Bobcats? Cougars? I don't know what we call them here. It seems like the same cat, but different places everywhere. Roadrunners. Yeah. Rabbits. Gators, if you go far south enough. Frogs. What? Turkey vultures. Yeah. We have a lot of animals that live here, and a lot of coyotes. Yeah. And a lot of special plants too. Mosquitoes. Oh, yeah. Let's not get into the insect world, because that's a scary, especially the further west and the more deserty you get. There's a little more to the letter. Do you want to read it? Maybe in Texas, the brown barbaloots have found a few newer and juicier fruits. Or the hummingfish hum in Lake Conroe somewhere, splishing and splashing without grease or care. Swummy swans might even still sing their songs. Perhaps they have found a new place to belong. We'll have to keep our eyes out for them. Here there is not one lone truffula found, but we do have a few nifty things around. The Gulf and hill country, the bayous and plains. We have beaches and deserts and room to play games. And now I'm doing it. Oh, there's a little bit more. Where did it go? That's not what I'm looking for. He sent me information about the variables of the Arbor Day trees. Let's see if I put that page somewhere else. He sent a note to our tech team also. I heard Northwoods is planting some new trees today. Congratulations, as Loraxes say. But here is a problem. I think you will see. Try as I might, I can't speak for these trees. So here is the question I'm putting to you. If the Lorax can't speak for these trees, will you? Who here will help give love and care to these trees and to this church that we love, where we will be planting them? Who will speak for the trees here today? Will you?